Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thanks so much for joining me. Well, today I get to share with you some brand new items that arrived over at Simon Says Stamp. It's part of their new You Are My Favorite release. Simon sent me these and I'm going to be creating some projects using them, including one today. I want to go over what they sent me and then we'll jump in. First off, there's a new confetti mix. It's a trio of yellows. It's called Duckling, and it's super pretty. Nice sunshiny, summery colors. That's new to the shop. It's an embellishment mix. And it looks like there's some shiny and matte and iridescent yellows in there. So pretty. That's brand new. Also brand new is a new embossing folder. This is an embossing folder in cutting die set. It's called Fantastic Florals. And look how gorgeous these are. I think we might create a card with these today. Just so gorgeous. I'm going to put this to the side. There's a new butterfly die. This is the size of it. It's just gorgeous. It's called Exquisite Butterfly. It's a layering butterfly. Look how beautiful. This is the base. The wings are separate. Okay, and then you have the body of the butterfly, and then these two sides will cut out. So this is the top of the butterfly wing and this is the bottom. So I think it's just gorgeous. We're going to be making a card later on with this too. So keep a lookout for that video, but it's just gorgeous. That's called Exquisite Butterfly. There is a new label die. It's called Petal Tipped Labels. It's a nesting die set. There are 9 dies in here. Just beautiful for making background panels. I just love them. That's new to the shop. There's a new stamp set that I just love. I love all kinds of fonts and I love how big these are. This is called the Inside Greetings one. They're made for the inside of your cards, but you know what? I think they're great for the outside too. Some of the less detailed are great for the outside. And you know I love block letters and I love scripty fonts together, and this has it. This is designed by CC Design. So pretty. I love this. That's new. We'll probably use this on our card today too. There's another 6x8 stamp set that's brand new. It's called Flowering Frame. It has that vintage vibe to it. It's just gorgeous. A lot of beautiful scripty greetings in here. And some accent elements. Flowering Frame is brand new. And look how cute is this. Perfect for Mother's Day and all occasions actually. It's called I Love You a Bunch. This is a 4x6 stamp set. I Love You a Bunch is the name of the stamp set, and that's brand new. There is some new vellum over at Simon Says Stamp. In the card kit there was the ice vellum, and this one here is called bronze vellum. And this pack, I think you get 6. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6. But look at that shimmer. How beautiful is that? And it is vellum, so you can see through it just a little bit. But it's beautiful. And this vellum is new. They're an 8.5 by 5.5 sheets. Super fun vellum. That's new. There are some new easy strips. This one's called Sister. Those of you who have siblings, I always call my sisters sister. I don't call them by their name. I call them sister. I'll say hello, sister. And they'll do the same thing to me, but I just love these. Now, if you guys are new, the easy strips are different than the Simon Says Stamp sentiment strips. The easy strips are meant to coordinate with a die to make it easy to cut out. They have the easy strips rectangle dies. What this die does, you can see here, it will line up beautifully with all of the greetings, and you can die cut these out all at once in one shot. I'm loving this. And the Easy Strip Sisters. is new to the shop. And this is just a few things from the brand new You Are My Favorite release. There's lots more inspiration. I'll leave Simon's release link down below where you guys can check it out. And then lastly, I have a new stencil set to share with you. This is called the Mosaic Petals Stencil. I think there's five stencils in here. And it creates the most beautiful background. And a lot of times, stencils like this are fabulous on their own. Look at this. This has dots on it. And big dots and little dots. So this would be great on its own. So would this one. Okay, and then actually all of them would be great on their own. But you pile them together and they make a beautiful background. So 5 stencils in this set. And it's called Mosaic Petals Stencil. That is everything I get to share with you today. What we're going to do is create a card using the embossing folder. So let's grab our embossing folder and jump in and make a card. This is so pretty. And these make just stunning cards, and it doesn't take any time at all. Should we do a blackout card today? I think we will. I'm going to start by taking an A2 panel, and we're going to emboss this beautiful background here. I will run this through my die cut machine, and then I'm also going to die cut these 2 florals with my blue cardstock. This is actually Simon Says Stamp's Surf Blue. So I will do that, and I'll be right back. So we embossed this beautiful, oh gosh, this is so pretty. What a stunner. That's just so gorgeous. Okay, and then I did, and then I have both of my flowers. What we're going to do is layer these inside our embossing folder. I'm going to use some low tack tape and tape them down just so they don't shift. We'll add these. And then I will emboss these florals, and I'll be right back. Now we're going to do the opposite side that we embossed on. So I flipped them backwards, and now what we're going to do is add some ink. This is the funnest part. We'll add some inks to the stem. My butter is actually turning green on my petals, but that's okay. We'll just add a little bit to the edges here, to some of the flowers. And then I have my Simon Says Stamp Fawn ink. And I'm going to add some brown to the flower centers here. And you know what I should have did? And then I'm going to skip over here to these flowers too. We're going to add some dark centers here. I'm actually going to go back in with some of my butter and go around the edges of these flowers. I may have to change this out to something a little bit darker, but we'll see what Seafoam does. And then I'm going to just add some color around here. Now after we have this done, I'm going to take my Fawn ink, okay, and I'm just going to go over my florals here with my Fawn ink pad. I wanted to go over it with something light. And I'm going in kind of strokes because you can see the stroke lines. Now after we have this done, I'm going to do the same thing to our die cut flowers. Now after we have this done, I'm going to bring in my Simon Says Stamp VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and then I'm going to go over it very lightly with this ink pad. I really kind of like those. I'm going to turn it and we'll do the same thing. And I was going to fill it in, but I kind of like it. It kind of looks like a wood grain in the background. And I'm loving the way this looks. Doesn't that look so pretty? So pretty. Okay, and then I'm also going to go over my single flowers with my Nocturne ink here, very lightly. Lovely, and I'll do the same with this one. Now I'm going to trim my panel. I'm going to trim a 1/4 inch off of the left, and I'm going to trim a 1/4 inch off the right. Maybe a little more. Maybe an eighth inch more. So my panel will end up being 3.5 inches wide. Wonderful. And I'm definitely going to have to clean that. Now I'm going to give this a second to dry because I'm making a mess with it. And I'm going to clean off my work surface and we'll finish this up. Now I'm going to take this panel and I'm going to layer it on some white cardstock. And I'm just going to use my tape runner. So about 1/8 of an inch is showing. I do have a little bit on the bottom that I need to trim away here. Okay, I'm going to take some white cardstock. Here's what we're going to do next, is we're going to stamp our greeting, and I'm going to use the CZ Designed Inside Greetings 1. And I really love the thanks for everything. We're going to stamp this. Since I have my Nocturne ink on my desk, we're just going to use that. And we will just stamp it on some white cardstock. And I'm pretty sure there'll be a die that will cut these out. If not, you could just block it off. But I'm going to fussy cut around my greeting just because I like the way that looks. And then I'm also going to take our die set from our embossing folder. And I'm going to cut out 2 more florals with the die. I'll do this and I'll be right back. Now my greeting is good to go. I am going to put some foam squares behind here. Okay, and then we die cut out our flowers. What I'm going to do is flip them over because we're doing the blackout look, and you have to flip them over so they will line up. I'm just going to use my tape runner. I'm going to add some adhesive, and we're going to offset these flowers on the white background. Okay, before we adhere this to our card base, I'm going to bring in some white twine. I think I'm going to go lengthwise, and I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. And then I'm going to tie a bow down here at the bottom. Okay, that looks wonderful. I'm going to flip this over, and then we are going to pop it up with foam tape, and I'm going to place this right down the center of my card. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the release paper off of our florals. And we will add these in their home. And I love how the left and right overlap just a little bit. And we have that white peeking out to kind of bring everything together. We'll go ahead and add the greeting right here. I think that's a great spot. And then I'm going to bring in my white gel pen. And I'm going to add some white details to my flower centers. I like to add polka dots when there's, I think polka dots just make a playful look to some dark areas. Just a little bit of white just makes them pop. And then I'm also bringing in my Simon Says Stamp Moonshine sequins. These are probably one of my favorites. I like the big ones and the little ones. And we're going to add some clear sequins in our background also. And that will finish off my card today, using some items from the brand new Simon Says Stamp You Are My Favorite release. Fabulous release. I hope you get a chance to check it out, and I look forward to creating another card project later on. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.